Alright, in this example, we're given tons of information about the price of a home, the down payment required by the bank, and the mortgage for it, and we are asked to find the monthly payment. So the formula to calculate the monthly payment you're going to have to pay is this formula right here. So what do all these things mean? Well, P is the principal, which ultimately means it's the amount of mortgage, because you use this formula after down payments, points paid to the bank, etc., etc. And so your mortgage is actually going to go here, and you're going to multiply by the interest rate of the mortgage divided by the number of times it's compounded, and then you're going to divide all of that by 1 minus, inside parentheses, 1 plus the rate divided by the number of compounds again, except all of this is going to be raised to negative number of compounds times the number of years that the mortgage is for. So this formula is a little bit lengthy, but let's see what we got here. So they tell us here that the cost of the home is financed with a 30-year, so T is 30, fixed rate mortgage at 7%. Okay, so the rate is 7%, which if I convert that to a decimal would be 0.07. Okie dokie. Now, the number of compounds here, well, we're looking up PMT, payments monthly. Oh, I think this is just abbreviated for payments, but I always remember it with the M here because we're assuming that you're making monthly payments. That's usually what's done. So if I'm making monthly payments, then the number of times that this is compounded or paid per year is 12. There's 12 months in a year. So N is 12. And so now, if we look at that in the formula, we have everything we need. We've got the mortgage, the time, the rate, and the number of compounds. So I'm just going to plug everything in here. We're going to have 176,000 times 0.07 divided by 12, all that divided by 1 minus 1 plus 0.07 over 12 raised to the negative 12 times 30 and closed off. So again, it's a bit of a behemoth of a expression there. So as I put this in the calculator, there's a lot of stuff I do to be extra sure that the calculator does not get confused with what I'm throwing in here. Now, a lot of people would prefer to do these step by step and then throw it in the calculator, which is totally fine. If you do that, make sure not to round too much, write everything out, and just throw them in step by step. But I will be doing it all in one step, and I'll tell you exactly how I do this. So, first things first, I have more than one thing in the numerator, and I want to make sure that all of it gets divided. And so, whether or not I need it, I'm paranoid and I'm putting a whole set of parentheses around the numerator. So, open parentheses, 176,000. Now I open these parentheses, 0.07 divided by 12, close these parentheses, and then my paranoia parenthesis, divided by, and now I'm opening a whole new set of parentheses, and I'm aware there's brackets here, but all that is just that there's so many parentheses, we want to be really clear, so we used brackets. It's still going to be parentheses here on the calculator. So, open that. 1 minus another set of parentheses, 1 plus 0.07 divided by 12. Close those parentheses. Raise this to, and I'm going to throw parentheses around this because I want to be very careful. Parentheses, negative 12 times 30. Close those parentheses. And if you're on one of the newer calculators, your cursor is going to be up in the air here with the exponent, so just push right to bring it down. And finally, you can breathe, close this bigger parenthesis, and hit enter. And so, if we put that in right, or you did it step by step, you should be getting, from the calculator, $1,170, and it says 0.93, so that's 1170.93, approximately. However, it says right here, round up to the nearest dollar. So when it says round up, that means don't do normal rounding rules. Regardless of what comes after whatever position you're rounding up to, add 1, round it up. So this actually is $1,171. And you round up a lot with monthly payments for mortgages or the amount of money you have to deposit today in order to save a certain amount, because you just want to be extra sure that you pay it off or save the amount of money that you're trying to. So that's just a conventional thing. So, with all that said, That is a bit of a mess of a formula, but really all you're doing is finding your numbers and throwing them in there and making sure that you don't type it in wrong. So, there you go. If you have a $176,000 mortgage for 30 years at a 7% interest rate, you should probably be paying $1,171 per month. I'd probably do more if I were you, but that would be this example.